What's up, y'all? Here's a look at a different part of my collection. If you've known me a long time, or rather, if you don't know, Danzig is my all-time favorite rock god, musician, band, and by association his earlier band Samhain and original band The Misfits. If you're into rock at all, even if you don't know Samhain and Danzig as a solo act or the band, you would know The Misfits. And a lot of people who aren't actually familiar with The Misfits would probably have seen the logo, the Fiend skull, and even if they're not familiar with the actual band. Anyway, I grew up on metal. Danzig wasn't my very first favorite band, but one of my first and overall all-time and most long-time favorite. Anyway, let's jump right into these. These are t-shirts from my actual youth. These go back to the early 90s. I'm talking to when I was like 13 to 15 years old. Which is, it's ironic. Most of them are a size medium, which they were big on me back then. I don't know how much smaller I was at that age. But I know they were kind of like oversized shirts for me. I don't know if they didn't have these in like youth sizes back then, because I later discovered youth sizes when I got back into graphic tees and band t-shirts like in my 20s. And at that time I fit like a youth, medium to large. Now my little fat ass is an adult small. Still small because of my height, but yeah, the small is a little tight, but anyway. So, like I said, these are from my youth. These are all original shirts, but ironically, for how old they are, they're in great condition. So anyway, they're kind of in an order of like chronological order of like the images and the releases. And anyway, there's that Danzig, and this image is actually from the song you can hear in the background, "Am I Demon," from the music video of that. And on the back, uncensored, Danzig was kind of controversial at the time, pushing the boundaries of stuff in rock music videos. There's this one. This is one of my favorites. Pretty worn, but still nice color. No damage on the print, really. On the back, God, don't like it. You know, I was young. I was also about, pushing the boundaries and, being a rebel, offending people. And this one right here, this is probably the most worn one. And if I didn't mention it earlier, I think I said something to the effect, but, these are all from my youth. I haven't worn these in years, and I actually wouldn't wear them now. They're size medium. They're they're too big. I mean, realistically, just a little loose on me, but still, I like I said, I wear size small. I like that snug fit. Anyway, this one was clearly my most used one, but as you can see, the color is still great. There's just kind of some stretching, some minor cracking on the print, but the color is still great. So yeah, this was clearly my favorite. I probably wore this one the most. Again, like I said, I was young. I was about being rebellious and kind of pushing the boundaries and offending. And, these days, an inverted cross is like, people won't bat an eye. But back then, it was, you didn't see it much, you know? And the fact that this had an inverted cross, I think that, I really wanted to show that. And on the back, Danzig with a quote, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do." There's that. And then this one, nice group shot. This one also is probably like the second most worn one. I think I really liked this era, Danzig 2 era. Again, the shirt's in great condition. The print is pretty good. Some minor cracking. I don't know if this had anything on the back. Probably did. Oh, okay, just a big old Danzig in red. So that's pretty cool. And then Danzig 3. I think Danzig 2 and 3 were some of my favorite eras in Danzig history. Although I up to a certain point where I kind of didn't really follow. I think Danzig 777 was like the last era I really followed. But, they each kind of have special memories and things I like about them. But I think 2 and 3 were my favorite. 3 was really cool. That H.R. Geiger imagery as well. And I think this is when I first went to a Danzig concert, was during the Danzig 3 era. Danzig is probably the metal band that I've seen the most times. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I want to say at least 2 or 3 times. Although I might have seen the Misfits, albeit the new Fits, the new era Misfits with Michael Graves, 2 or 3 times as well. Again, I don't remember exactly. It could have been 4 times I've seen Danzig, but I don't know. Ironically, on the flip side of that, the artist I've actually seen the most in concert, Britney Spears. It's funny. You got Danzig and Britney Spears. Yeah, that's me. Anyway, really cool. How the Gods Kill. Love this shirt. And man, you can't see it because the light is making it brighter, but in kind of with the naked eye, it's really nice and black still. And then Thrall, Demon Sweat Live. I think I wore the hell out of this shirt too. You can see the difference right there. And the stretching, which the stretching is actually, I think, from my mom was doing my laundry, I was a kid, a teenager kid, same thing. I think it was the way she hung them from the clothespins and upside down, so it stretched like that. Anyway, love the artwork. I don't remember, but I think this is Simon Beasley artwork, and if so, if you're like a geek, a nerd, especially a comic nerd, you're familiar with Simon Beasley. UK artist, I believe. Done stuff on like Judge Dredd, Lobo, stuff like that, gritty stuff. Love the imagery. That I think that's one of the reasons I wore the hell out of this one, was that imagery. I was big into the fantasy stuff. Mix that with Danzig imagery. It's just awesome. Sexy and violent, So this is a tour shirt. I don't remember if I saw Danzig live during the Thrall Demon Sweat live tour. I want to say not. But this was a tour shirt. There was a San Diego. I was living in San Diego at the time, which now I live in Vegas. That's pretty cool. And so actually these last 2 shirts, these are not like original vintage ones. They still date quite a few years back. I want to say both of them are still at least over 10 years old, but they're actually never worn. I got these, and I wish I had my other ones. I don't know where they are right now. The ones that I wore, the youth size ones that I wore like in my 20s. But I think I got these at the time that I got them to kind of use them for other purposes. I think I was going to try to cut that out, use it as a, like, pin it onto my a jean jacket vest that went over a leather jacket. So I was going to do that, I think. But regardless, it's just a classic skull. And I think it's got something on the back. Yeah, Danzig. Look at that. 1994. And this is never worn because I didn't actually get it to wear, as well as this one, which was like a newer version. The newer version of the Danzig logo. And it's in gray. I believe that says 1999. So there's that. Nothing on the back of that one. Which clearly, extra large. I don't know exactly. I think I was gonna try to make a banner, like cut it the long ways down, kind of like a banner, and like hang it on the wall or something. Never got around to it. So there you have it. Danzig. Thumbs up if you can relate, if you're a metal fan, a Danzig fan, I feel like it's funny, kind of like as a Danzig fan, kind of like an underdog in the rock or metal community as a fan. I'm not saying like Danzig himself, although some might see him the same way. But I personally put him up there with iconic rock gods. Maybe not as famous as some others, but it's to me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.